Bring in 20,000 Haitians. Basically, at that point, what would be close to 30% of the population of the city? You're going to get Haiti.
Yes.
The left says that's a good thing. I say America, the United States, is better than Haiti. What say you? I think it's as simple as that. Speaking of outcomes, this next one is bad. And it's not because...
It depends.
No, it does not depend.
Well, if
it
you're
is
Haitian, it might not be.
Yeah, if you're Haitian, that's like, well, you go from eating dirt cookies to eating your neighbor's cat.
You're like, wow, y'all let these run around?
So 6 months ago, we warned you that Haitians were coming in record numbers. They were being, let's be clear, they weren't coming in. They were being sent in. They were being flown in, bussed in by a political party who has a vested interest in purchasing votes. Let's be really clear about that. Mm-hmm. Well, now they're in Ohio. One small town in Ohio, I believe, population about 58,000 and close to 20,000 Haitian migrants. And they are there, and the results are not great for many reasons.
And I'm getting out here every day, and I'm broadcasting this, and you guys are just sitting up there in suits or something. Like, I really challenge you guys to get out here and do something. These Haitians are running into trash cans. They're running into buildings. They're running into... they flipping cars in the middle of the street. And I don't even want to, like, seem like I'm coming down on the immigrants, because it's the people that's bringing them down here. Because wherever they're at, that's what they're used to, bro. They're in the park grabbing up ducks by their neck and cutting their head off and walking off with them and eating them.
And just to be clear, that man is a comedian, Anthony Harris, and so you may think this is not a real story, but more from him later, actually. Anyone can be in investigative journalism. But yes, can confirm that Haitians in this town have been eating ducks in the park. Least happy about it, by the way, is this guy. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Poor.
It's I don't know if that's a real...
Yeah.
Anyway.
You're not supposed to build fires in the park.
Right.
Yeah.
But to be fair, if you sous vide a duck...
Yes.
And with a lingonberry sauce.
Yes.
Geez.
Right? There's some great Haitian recipes for duck. I'm
There
just
are.
trying to...
Why did the world accept lingonberry? It's a Swedish thing. I don't think it exists anywhere else, and I don't like the Swedes.
Well, there's a lot of Swedes that...
Yeah, that's why the Haitians are here, though.
They have shorefront property in Haiti.
Yes, and McCall.
I don't think Haitians
And
knew what
McCall.
ducks were. Are ducks even down there?
Yes.
You know
Ducks
what?
are everywhere.
Gerald.
they
true.
migrate.
No, you could
They're
be-
migrants themselves.
Sea ducks
Could
are
be
everywhere.
wrong, because I don't know if you know this, but in Haiti, they simply kill animals to extinction.
Well, there might not be duck. They might be gone.
Yeah, they might be gone. If
Yeah,
you're
they
eating dirt cookies, I would imagine there aren't
Thank you.
many ducks.
It's very sad. The Haitian elephant was...
Oh, geez.
That's what happened.
Well-
You should have tried Haitian dodo. It was great.
Yes.
Oh, the
Short-lived.
dodo.
Sous
Haitian
vide that,
dodo.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Did I mention lingonberry
You
sauce?
did mention lingonberry.
Okay.
I'm more of a cloudberry guy. So
Papa Dog says to cook it to internal temperature.
why do they sound Jamaican?
I was going
It's
to
a
say.
French colony.
I can't do it.
I'm trying to make the point. This is not about race. It's about, and you
Thank you. Thank you.
So the media wants you to believe that this influx of Haitians is a good thing. Let me read you some headlines here. All references available, louderwithcrowder.com. You can click link in the description. The New York Times says, by most accounts, the Haitians have helped revitalize Springfield. Is that what we're calling it?
The accounts come from Haitians.
They are paying taxes on their wages and spending money at Walmart, because we like them now. On Sundays, they gather at churches for boisterous, joyful services in Haitian Creole. By the way, here's an example of said joyful services. Cultural differences, not
Sign me up.
That's the hyena.
I made it work.
from the Daily Mail. Explosion of newcomers in dying Ohio City boosts its economy after decades of shrinking population. But not everyone's happy about it. Again, according to the 2020 census, the population of Springfield, Ohio, 58,000. All right. Now, you have 20,000 Haitians who have been sent to this city, to be clear. It's not like they ended up here accidentally. And we'll show you some more clips, and we'll get to some key facts into why there can be some cultural differences. And I'm glad that we're past the point of saying, oh, this is racism.
Yeah.
It has nothing. It would be the same thing if people were coming from El Salvador and killing your cat or the
Sweden
dog.
or Sweden.
Or Sweden. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what
have
they
their
eat
own
in Sweden aside
lingonberries.
from lingonberry and meatballs and beds that fold into an armoire. But I don't know if they eat it. Just fact check false. The city now also, by the way, faces a drought of cocoa butter, and bike theft. It's up 30%. The cocoa butter, to be clear, is not for the skin of the migrants. It's actually an ingredient in a well-known Haitian.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's...
Well,
Take him to a dog pound, huh?
You
Jeez.
suck. That's fine.
and this man, Anthony Harris, who was a comedian, right? So some people think this is a fake story. It's not. He's actually documented dozens of examples of Haitians crashing their vehicles. And I'll get to a theory as to why this may be the case.
Who did this? Who?
What's me?
Whose car? Who did this? You did this?
Yeah.
How did it happen? How did this happen?
He come here.
Yeah.
Or he check. He no can the friend.
Get Anthony here. We just got hit.
No, I don't break any.
You didn't break nothing, but you hit us, and you pulled out in front of a car right there.
Because no, you pushed the brake.
We're at a red light.
Not red light. The light green. You. What do you think we should do?
I think these motherfuckers need to go to driving school before they get handed a set of keys, or before they get handed a damn car.
They just handing out driver's license like candy.
You get one. You get one. I think they need to attend the driving course before they get to drive again.
Their kids run butt naked. They throw trash out in their backyards with maggots all over them. They're trash. Send them back where the they came from. They're trash. They're straight trash. I can't stand it.
Yo.
They get by with everything.
Well, that's why I'm running for mayor.
Man, somebody
Anthony Harris running for mayor.
So, look, you may not have picked up on some subtext there. The man interviewing her is black. So initially the media would have said, racist. They go back where they came from. What do you mean they? They're trash. What do you mean they're trash? And they would assume that she means black people. She's talking to a black American. He says, I'm running for mayor. She says, someone has to. It has nothing to do with race. It has everything to do with a culture that is incompatible with the United States of America. And I don't just mean the values of freedom of speech, of the Second Amendment, of rugged individualism. I don't mean this idea of personal responsibility, of self-governance, of strong communities. I mean simple things, like your day-to-day, getting insurance when you drive your car. Let me explain something to you, to be clear. Haiti, people will get more upset if you say it's a crap hole. It's the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, okay? It is the kidnapping capital of the world. Haitian illegal migrants in the United States are the most likely demographic as far as illegals to commit crime. And in Haiti, they eat dirt cookies. So, let me tell you, that's an actual thing. Dirt cookies. The crazy thing is many of them pay for dirt cookies.
There's a baker.
So imagine you come here
Low
and
on
you see
ingredients.
ducks in the park.
You're like, ha!
You probably also see free duck.
Holy shit.
It's like Shangri-La.
Well, there are no ducks there anymore. It's duckless.
But now it's a duck pot pie.
We have certain social mores, certain grounding here, written contracts and unwritten contracts. And I think a lot of people in the Western world, particularly the United States, you're very spoiled. All of us are. And that you think compromise, you think that diplomacy is the way of the world. And it's not. It's not the way of the world today, and it's not the way of the world historically. So if you have someone who comes from a place where they've likely seen a very high percentage of family members die in the streets, starve, you're talking about the kinds of problems that you might think no longer exist in the modern world, and they come here. And they go, wait, okay, I'll drive a car.
Yeah.
People say, you got to get insurance. Well, what happens if I don't get insurance? Well, you might get pulled over, and if you get pulled over, they'll say you're driving without insurance. Well, what happens? Well, then you might have a suspended license. I don't have a license. Well, you need to get a license. What happens if I drive without a license? Well, they won't let you drive. Well, what if I do drive? Well, depends how many times they catch you, and they might then take you to jail where you get 3 square meals a day, which you've never had in your life. I'm not going to get insurance or a driver's license, and I'm certainly not going to stop and call the police so we can exchange information. I'm just going to take this new car, 0% down, because of course Uncle Sam makes sure that happens because I'm an impoverished minority. And if I crash into somebody, screw them, because I don't care so long as I'm not being devoured by potential cannibals. You can't take these two types of cultures and simply force them into a collision. That's what we're dealing with. That's what the people of Ohio are dealing with. When right now you have Ron Howard coming out saying he's disappointed with J.D. Vance, and Hillbilly Elegy was shining a light on the fact that people like this. People in a city in Ohio feel completely forgotten and left behind. How would you feel if you're in a place that's struggling and they bring in 20,000 migrants who have destroyed your city and couldn't care less about your safety, your well-being, or your community? Nothing to do with race. That's why you have black Americans who are just as upset. Is it starting to become clear?
Yeah. And this administration thinks it's a great idea to take 20,000 people and put them in a city of just about 60,000 people and say, but they're revitalizing the area. You have no idea what you're talking about. Paying taxes and buying stuff at Walmart doesn't take care of everything else that you've done with this. Let's say that they're the best people in the world. You don't put 20,000 in a 60,000 city. You don't do that. That's stupid. You certainly don't put Haitians there.
Well, let me ask you this. So if San Francisco, if you have a few blocks where it is an incredible concentration of Chinese migrants, right? What do you call it?
Chinatown.
Okay. If you have a bunch of Italians who move into a neighborhood in New York City, right, early on in the city, that place ends up being called?
Little Italy.
Little Italy. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think happens if you take 20,000 Haitian migrants, send them to a city of 58,000 people, but with no coaching, no naturalization oath, no introduction to Western culture? What do you think you get?
Le Grand Haiti. You call it Le Grand Haiti chaos.
How could you expect anything other than Haiti?
You get a duck-free zone.
That's what I was going to say. But the problem is luckily in the summer, in the winter, they fly south. So there are no ducks there in the winter.
They're getting the hell out of there right now.
So now the government has to subsidize ducks.
Yes.
Well, that's how you get them out. You say that Haitians are actually disrupting duck migration patterns.
Well, look, if they take on Canadian
The flying V is now just an S. It's retarded.
Exactly.
Let's get out of here.
Canadian geese, fine. They will at least put up a fight. You earned your kill.
And they're really easy to decapitate.
That's not nice. They're looking for bread. They come over to you and you grab them by the neck. Jerks.
Bring in 20,000 Haitians. Basically, at that point, what would be close to 30% of the population of the city? You're going to get Haiti.
Yes.
The left says that's a good thing. I say America, the United States, is better than Haiti. What say you? I think it's as simple as that. And it's not the people in charge of policy who have to live with the outcome. For the residents of Springfield, of 58,000 compared to 20,000 Haitian migrants, it is a living nightmare.
I'm done with what I'm seeing. It is so unsafe in my neighborhood anymore. I have the homeless that were trying to camp out, and I have made concessions with them, and I try to help them the best I can to keep them from trying to squat on my property.
So I live in Springfield, Ohio, where the influx of Haitians are, and we have had an enormous amount of car accidents because they don't know how to drive.
And I don't know what kind of label you can put on this, but I'm taking my cart down the grocery aisle, and I have 3 immigrants strapped across the aisle. Seen me coming, would not budge.
Men that cannot speak English in my front yard screaming at me, throwing mattresses in my front yard, throwing trash in my front yard. And I can't. Look at me, I weigh 95 pounds. I couldn't defend myself if I had to. My husband is elderly, and last night, after living in this home for 45 years, he said, Noelle, guess what? It's time to pack up and move.
And my insurance has gone up over $100 a month within 6 months. I pay over $420 a month for insurance for full coverage on 2 cars.
I would like to see them have some common respect, some common decency. Do not try to bully your way through Springfield, Ohio. It's not going to work out well.
I understand they're here under temporary protected status, and you're protecting them, and I understand that our city services are overwhelmed and understaffed. But who's protecting us? If we're protecting them, who's protecting me?
Did she have to dress like a ghost on a rainy night? You know what I mean? Is that fair? I mean, you wear a T-shirt that doesn't flow as much.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're speaking in a very haunted...
Yes.
Right? I mean, if there was a haunted silo, that would be what a human...
Yes, that's it.
The human version of a haunted silo. I think a haunted grain silo.
I think all haunted silos are haunted. So many people die in those things.
That's true.
They fall and they sink.
Maybe silo is the wrong. I apologize for
They're giant phallic death chambers.
They are. They are
silos.
Pigeons. The whole thing.
You know how you know it's true? Hey, Mission Control, I'm sure I don't even know if we have these stats. How many people do you think have cars in Haiti? You expect them to drive?
Yeah.
Do you think in Haiti they're getting their sweet 16 Toyota with a dirt cookie in the glove box?
Aw.
Of course they're not going to be able. And then you ask, okay, what are the crime rates? What kind of insurance? How many? Let's just not go. How many of them drive a car? How many of them have car insurance? Are there Progressive commercials, Geico commercials in Haiti? What do you expect when you say, "Hey, everyone is welcome"? No, it's not the same. By the way, when people talk about the Statue of Liberty, which we've done a whole segment on that.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference between people coming here to risk something, which was the Irish. When you had Jews, of course, coming from Eastern Europe. When you had Italian Americans, and you had Polish. We're coming here with the promise of nothing in return other than freedom. That is very different from a giant modern welfare state where you attract people to abuse that system who have no skin in the game. How many people in Haiti have cars? How many people have car insurance? How many people in Haiti have trash pickup and understand how that works? How many people in Haiti have lawns that they maintain? Doesn't mean that we're better than them. I would argue it means that the United States is a better country. But you can't bring people from that kind of a place, plop, with a giant welfare state, and expect people to coexist. No, diversity in this instance is not our strength. It has nothing to do with race and everything to do with a corrupt government who wants to buy votes.
Yeah. And by the way, 3.9 cars per 1,000 people.
Okay.
It's almost a rarity.
That's carpooling.
0.9.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
You
got room. You got room on your roof.
Yes.
It's like the clown car, you know.
Yeah, that's right. It's
Uber
they're all
estimate how many
cars.
people I can fit on top of this Honda Cub.
Hope you're flexible.
Well, look, in the hierarchy of caring, people are like, oh, don't you care? It's like, look, I care about people, but I care about American citizens first.
Yep.
And right now, what you're seeing is they care zero about the American citizens that live in Springfield, Ohio. Because think about what she said. We've lived here for 45 years, and we're going to have to pack up and move. Good luck selling your house. Mm-hmm. You probably, maybe at that point, you don't have a mortgage, but nobody's going to buy your house now.
Right.
Like, who's going to move into that? More Haitians that government funding is going to pay for? Fine, maybe that's the way out. But now you're trapped.
Yeah.
Usually you can kind of leave. Okay, the big factory closes down. Fine, you can get out of there. You can go, and maybe there's some jobs still around, but that was your job, so you want to go somewhere else. Fine. You just killed an entire town and made it into a crap hole.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to live it.
And the New York Times and the Daily Mail praise it.
Yeah.
It's revitalizing the city. Really? Oh, great. You don't have to live there, do you?
Yeah, go stay there for a week, then write your story.
It's kind of like when people who live in New York City are telling people in rural West Texas to care more about the environment. Go screw yourself. How about that? And your giant cancerous cloud of a city. No wonder you feel guilty. Everywhere you guys have a city, you screw it up. It's disgusting. It's dirty. And if you believe that the rest of the world treats the environment the same way you do, yeah, I understand why you think we'd have a problem. Hey, if you like this video or if you have strong opinions, comment below, where I will tell you this, the comment section on YouTube is the best that society has to offer. You won't regret it one bit. Or you can click one of these videos playing right here next to me in that box. No, not that one. That's embarrassing.